Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're in the kitchen again tonight, and tonight we are making whipped butter. We're making whipped butter because I've been asked a few times to make whipped butter, and I'd mentioned it a couple of times and I hadn't actually made it on camera. So you'll be happy to know that whipped butter is one of the easiest, simplest things you can possibly do in your kitchen, and you probably have all of the ingredients. So the first ingredient you need, unsalted butter. That's what this is. And it needs to be basically at room temperature. Okay, that's why it's soft. It needs to be softened. Okay, unsalted butter is very important. The next thing you need, half a cup is what I've got. Okay, the next thing you need is 1 to 2 tablespoons. It's 1, 2 of milk. Okay, we are using milk. You can use water. It's better if you use milk. Okay, better if you use milk. So kind of swirl that in there. Then we are going to turn our mixer on to low. We're going to hang on to our bowl, and we are going to mix until the butter is incorporated. That will take 1 to 2 minutes. So that is not quite whipped butter, but it has incorporated our milk. You see there's no milk left on the bottom. Now we are going to whip for 2 to 4 minutes at a higher speed. Don't immediately jam your mixer to that higher speed or the butter's going to fly in your face. Spend about 30 to 45 seconds gently easing the speed up. Does it have to go all the way to max? Not necessarily. It depends on your mixer. Some mixers are much faster than others. This mixer is a real quick mixer. This isn't like the stand mixer. So this mixer, I'm only going about halfway, okay? But you want to mix for 2 to 4 minutes because you want to incorporate that air. That's how we whip our butter, by incorporating air. So let's do that. Now you can really feel it when it hits a point where it's truly whipped and no longer just butter. So once you've hit that point, which takes 2 to 4 minutes, again on a higher speed, then it is finished. That's literally all there is to it. You'll see there's no milk of any kind left in there. So we're just gently slide it out of the bowl. You want to gently do this because there's a whole bunch of air incorporated, and you don't want to knock that air out. Okay, you want to keep that air in there. Keep that air in there. Scoop out these bits that are also nicely whipped up. And you can use this butter on your pancakes, on your muffins. I made a relatively small amount because I'm the only one who likes whipped butter in the house. Most people here don't like that texture. I don't know why, but I love it. And it's very, very creamy. It almost feels like cream cheese. Okay, it is so much creamier, and it's so light and so fluffy. It's perfect on pancakes and waffles. And you can, of course, make a larger amount if you like. I made a small amount because, like I said, I'm the only one who likes it. So I made just starting with half a cup, and that's all there is to it. A little milk, a little unsalted butter, and you have a delicate whipped butter that is really easy to use, really delicious, and really a lot of fun to make. That's about it for us here tonight at Andersen Acres. Let me know if you've made whipped butter and if you enjoyed it or not. We'll see you tomorrow.